Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Joran. Joran is from the Netherlands, but he lives in London. So, let's see what Joran has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello.
Hello.
Hello Joran, how are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time for the interview today. Thank you.
Of course.
Just tell me, am I saying the name right? Johan or Joran?
Do you want to know the Dutch way of saying it or the English way of saying it?
Both ways. Let me see, both ways.
So in Dutch, it's Joran. So it's with an R.
Johan?
Yeah, but then the H would be an R. So Joran. But the R is a bit like of a Dutch sound. It's not everyone that can
It's
do
like
that
Joran. Joran?
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah,
and then
just go with that.
the
English is a bit more Joran, as in the R is a bit more English. I don't know exactly. Like people have many ways of pronouncing my name, and I accept quite all of the variations. So,
as I said, I'm originally from Brazil and speak Portuguese, so when I read it, for me, I would say Joran.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, I'm gonna try to say the Dutch way, Joran.
Yeah, great.
Amazing. So, how are you doing today? How's your day been so far?
Very good. Yeah, I literally just moved into my new place.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's my second day, literally. So.
Oh my God, it's brand new.
Yeah. So empty, very empty, but I have a TV and Xbox, so that's all I need now.
So tell me, where are you from?
So originally I am from the Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
And from a part that people don't really know. People probably know Amsterdam, but I am from a city called Groningen, which is all the way up north.
Right.
It's not very touristic, but it's a big student city, so it's quite lively.
Oh, I see. I'll tell you something now. I've been so many times in your country, have no idea. Like lots. I just came, actually, I was there last time in August. I have a very good friend of mine. He's Portuguese, but he lives in Eindhoven. I mean, close in Helmond, close to Eindhoven. It's like Helmond. So he has been there for like 20 years. So I know him like 20 years. Since I've known him, I've been there like thousands of times. I have no idea. It's such a beautiful country. It's such a, I think I was Dutch less life because I feel at home when I'm there.
Oh, it sounds like you actually know the place quite well.
Yes, I mean, I've been to Amsterdam a few times as well, but most of the time I've been around Eindhoven. So most of the time when it's very handy flying from Stansted. It's like 40 minutes on the plane.
Yeah, it is.
So, and you live in London right now?
So I used to live in East London in Plaistow, but me and my girlfriend moved out together, as in living situation. Well, we'll probably get to that later in the interview, but we moved now to Brentwood, which is just Essex, just above Romford, which is very nice.
And why the move from Holland to England?
Well, to pursue my acting career, as many do.
I see. So tell me a little bit about your career as an actor, how everything started.
So it started in the Netherlands. I did a 3 years study/course in mainly theater. Mm-hmm. It's like it happened quite spontaneously in a way, because after secondary school I just had to make like a decision what I want to do. I was leaning towards like economic part a little bit, and then one of my very good friends, my childhood friends, he went to this acting school, and he seemed always to have like lovely stories and like very excited about it. So I was like, I'll give it a shot. I'll just go. And I went with my father, and literally the same day I signed in to the school, as in I want to go here, because it was, I don't know, it fell out of the air, but like in a good way,
I see.
Yeah. And when I started that, I thought acting was just one thing. I didn't know theater and camera was so different. And I always had the view of like camera acting. So I was a little bit like surprised, okay, this is like more theater. I did that for 3 years. It has its really fun parts, but I always wanted to do camera. So the Netherlands is not very big in camera acting. it's not a very big country in general, but like it's mainly theater, one-man show and comedy and that kind of stuff. And London, of course, is the main big hub for all acting stuff and also mainly camera, film.
And how long have you been living in London for?
Just about a little bit more than 2 years.
And do you see yourself here for a long period?
I think so, yeah, because I have a girlfriend here now, which we moved in, so that's quite, of course, long-term planning. And my career is like here as well. I did also do some education here because I was looking for like a proper camera acting part, and I went to a school that did like a 1-year course. It's called the International School of Screen Acting, and they provide like 1-year, 2-year courses, and I did that for like a year, which was really fun. But it prepared me a little bit more for like the camera point of view.
Amazing. Okay, Joran, so before we start our journey really in the magic box, would you like to tell me something interesting about yourself?
Let's see. I have done martial arts for very, very long, for like I think 16 years now.
Wow.
So I started when I was 7. I'm 23 now, so yeah, about 16 years. Yeah, mainly Kung Fu.
Oh, wow. And why? How the martial arts was introduced to you?
Well, at that like age, it was more like the decision of my mother to be like, okay, let's get you on the sport. And I grew up actually in quite a small village, and my parents didn't really want to be like part of the, football parents kind of hub. And I understand, like I did 2 like football, 1 training and 1 match. I enjoyed it in a way, but it wasn't really like, it wasn't what I wanted to do. And then my mother was like, maybe something in fighting, something that's good for like later as well, maybe fencing. But then me and my brother did 1 training at this Kung Fu club, which is very, very popular in Groningen. And from there it all started.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Very good. Right. Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and to share your point of views?
Definitely.
Welcome to William and the Magic Box. This is my best friend. Okay? Random fun questions. I'm just gonna play a song now, just for us to move a little bit before the first question. Let's do it. Okay, Joran, before we start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about for some reason, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay? All very friendly.
Yeah.
First question for you is, what's your idea of a perfect day?
Okay. A perfect day, I think, would start, waking up next to my girlfriend.
Ooh.
Nice. Which is quite often, which is nice. Let's see. It would be probably like a Saturday in the Netherlands would also be nice, because she's not always in the Netherlands, so that's also like a special thingy. Probably doing something with my childhood friends, so going somewhere, doing an activity, like just something fun. And then maybe in the evening then some Kung Fu training, which I really enjoy. And then in the late evening, we'll just play some games together, something like that.
Amazing. Saying that, do you consider yourself to be more of a day person or a night person?
I think, very much a night person. I struggle to go to sleep at night, but like in a fun way, as in like it's 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, I really need to go to bed.
Good one. Next question. Let's do it. All right. Next question for you is, what is the most difficult thing have you ever done?
Oh, that's a very good question. Most difficult thing I've ever done, I think. Well, I have a memory of when I was a little bit younger, and I was from this age that I really needed to like set boundaries with people that were like crossing them all the time. And there was this like period in my life that like a proper like year or two that I was like transitioning from like just, you know, as a young kid, like accepting everything and like, okay, this is not all right, and I need to say something about this. So the moment between, I think this happened also at acting school, not going into the details, but like saying something, like something happens, and then afterwards I think like, oh, I really don't agree with this, but like in a personal way, or someone said something that was like really mean, and then going up to that person, not like arguing with them, but like saying like, hey, do you have a minute? And then like getting them away from like a big group of people, and then they say like, hey, I didn't really like this, could you stop doing that? Like that like moment before that, it feels like you're actually like about to die for some reason. It's like this very, it's a very insignificant thing in the major thing, but very important at that moment. So yeah.
It does make sense what you're saying, because even nowadays, if there is something happening to us that is a bit uncomfortable, or is something that, you know what I mean, it's somehow it's affecting you, and even though, as you said very kindly, you get the person on the side goes like, you know what, that's something that's is not make me feel good or happy, or something is wrong. It's hard to put it out, isn't it? It's hard, and after that, even though you feel a bit more relief, but still it's still there, and it's not something easy to deal with.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Next question. Let's do it. Right, before the next one, tell me, what's the best part of acting in your opinion? What's the most joy of it? And if there's always a challenging part as well, what that would be?
So I think the most fun part is, well, it's a little bit different in, okay, I'll give it in two little pieces of answers. For theater acting, I like the part just before, when you can just talk to people, and like people that you know are like showing up, and friends, and you have like this little interaction with them. During, it's really nice, because especially if you have something that you're already comfortable in, you have like a lot of freedom, and sometimes even a little bit of freedom to improvise something. I once at school gave this like one-man show, like a bit of a comedy piece, and at the end of that comedy piece, like it was mainly improvising, so you could feel like you're literally just interacting with the audience, and everyone is like just enjoying it. And for camera acting is different, because I enjoy also the boring parts of camera acting. So in film, for example, when you're like doing a scene, just before that scene, the lights have to be fixed, the sound has to be fixed, a lot of things have to be done before the actual scene starts, and sometimes you're just sitting there for like God knows how long, but like just the being there and being part of that scene, and being part of like the making of that, I really enjoy as well, as much as almost the acting as well. As far as the challenging part is getting the jobs, of course, in the beginning. It's been just more than a year that I graduated from my former school, so at least in the first 3 years, it's going to be like very, very difficult. Yep. I did book a small commercial just now, which is going to be filmed on next Friday in the Netherlands. So I'm going to fly to Amsterdam.
Wow, amazing. Yeah. And is it a Dutch production or is it an English production?
It's an English production, but they're also looking for native speakers. So I'm going to do it in English and I'm going to do it in Dutch, and then for both markets in that way.
Amazing, very good. Right, next question for you is, if someone come up to you to tell your future, yeah, would you accept it or not?
Depends on what they tell me, actually. If I agree with it, then I'll be accepting it very, very much so. But I don't, it's like this little thing. I don't really believe in fate, but I do believe in creating your own, you know, your own future and destiny, and like having something to work towards, even if that's like something that you're not always like doing every day. Like, for example, I'm doing acting, but if I have something else like that I'm unconsciously thinking about or like working towards, that like I do feel like things fall into place more when you do that.
Yeah, I think it's your intuition. Our intuition is really strong. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need to follow it. Sometimes you go like, you know what? I think it feels right. If I follow that. It feels good.
Definitely.
It
Yeah.
feels. So I think it's all about intuition. Even though sometimes you're gonna do something that's you know that it's not the right path or something's not wrong, but sometimes you just do it. But deep inside, you just there's a voice there saying no, it's not the right thing. But for another reason or another, sometimes you just go for it. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Next question. Okay, Joran from the Netherlands. Next question for you is: what scares you the most about your future?
What's
It scares you the most about
what scares me the most? Yeah. It's I think with a lot of actors as well, like having all these ideas of what the future is going to be and what you want from it, and then especially when you like get all the like the would that be then the realization of like, oh, is this going to be realistic? Not in a sense of like, is it realistic? Because people have said that to me, like, oh, you have to think realistically, and I'm like away with that as well. But like, is it going to happen the way you think it is? And what if like something major happens that just blocks everything? Like, you know, a lot of things also going on in the world, you can't ignore those. Like, it has impact on everyone, and also in that way of thinking, like, how far is it going to impact me and my foreseen future? So yeah.
I see. And when was the moment that you realized that, okay, I was born to be an actor? There was a moment in your life, or just, you know, genuinely it was happening through your journey?
Well, when I did that audition, not really audition, the open day of my theater school back in the Netherlands, and I signed to the school immediately, I had this, it wasn't like an epiphany of like, oh, I was born to do this, but it's just a very strong feeling of like, I want to do this. And then a few years later, I was like thinking back about like, oh, I made that decision so rashly, but I still agree with it. But if I think about it, I have been like acting my entire life in that way, as in like for the person that I am. As in when I was a kid, like when I got home and then almost acted out my day to my parents, as in like what happened, and then like telling funny stories. I always like liked being what I am now. So but now it's a bit more sophisticated, and now I do think like, okay, I always enjoyed film. It like just all, you know, came together.
And your parents, they always supported you on the way?
Yes, they did, very much so. when I got back home and told my mother, I was like, oh, I already like, I know what I'm gonna do. Like, I've signed to the school. Like, I want to like. She was like a bit like, okay, like maybe not for herself, not for like, oh, you want to do acting, don't do that. More like there was a very like rash decision, which it was. And I understand her reaction of being like, don't you want to like, you know, look a little bit further of like if there is anything else you also would like to do, but not because of what's acting. But now, definitely, yeah, they are fully supportive of. Then they have, you know, faith in me and that kind of stuff. So that's really nice.
Very good. I think when you have support of your parents, family, people around you that loves us, it's a plus, isn't it? You feel safe. You feel you just can go for it.
Yeah.
Makes a difference. Next question. Right, before the next question, tell me something. What's the people who've never been to Netherlands before? Let's see. Of course, there's Amsterdam that everyone, you know, knows about the city. But tell me a little bit about the area where you live. There's something special about your hometown, or something that's unique about the area where you live that nobody knows, or maybe around somewhere close.
I honestly, well, I'm a bit biased, of course, but I honestly think that Groningen is one of the, if not the nicest or best city is like of the Netherlands. It depends also like what the reason is, like why you want to visit. Like if you want to visit because of like, you know, the reasons for Amsterdam or like the water and that kind of stuff, like, you know, you have those nice cities. But Groningen is in that way a very nice combination of, it is quite an old city, but it has a lot of students, so it's very much alive, has like a nightlife, has a lot of things to do. It's big enough to be a city, and it's small enough to know every street. So I always felt like that's like I like London, but it's for me it's just too big. Like I still don't know every part of it. So I go to the underground and I go up somewhere. I'm like, I've never been here before, and I've been here for 2 years now, which is not the longest, but still like.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is cozy, but in still in a city-like way.
See. All right. Next question is, what do you think people need to know about each other before they start a relationship?
Ooh. What to know about each other? Well, I think in general, communication is of course the major thing. So how open is that person? How willing are they to talk about like their feelings, their past, the things that they have experienced and what they're going through? Because if they are able to speak like about those things, you can literally talk about anything. So yeah, like I think the emotional availability is like the most important thing.
Amazing. Yeah, I think communication is the main key of a relationship. You know, if you're not able to talk about things with the person that you are sharing a life with, so who is going to be? So I think this is the main part. Yeah. Ready for another one?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's do it. Okay, Joran from the Netherlands. Next question is, what's your favorite guilty pleasure TV show?
Guilty pleasure TV show. Ooh. Oh, it's been a while since I've watched like lots. There was the it's been like this is like a little bit more for my past because I don't really watch TV that much anymore. But I always love to watch this. But it's a Dutch program as well. It's like a like a comedy channel, but it has like these short clips of like funny videos. But like that was before like the internet was like big on all these like, you know, with TikTok, that kind of stuff. It was like if I would translate it, it would be laughing about home videos, and it has like this narrator like having like funny commentary while like, and it was like a Friday night thing. So every Friday night at 7, we were like watching that while eating like something like chips or something like that. Like it's really like, I know it's fun to think back about that because it's not really the most normal thing in the world, but like it felt really normal.
And what's the name in Dutch?
Lachen om home videos.
Lach home videos. Wow. Next question. Right, before the next one, tell me, there was a moment in your career that something funny happened, that maybe you forgot your lines, maybe something went wrong, maybe you followed the, you know what I mean? Something, if you can share.
So in the last year of my theater school, we had to make our own production. So we got given a script, and this was like Hamlet in 15 minutes. So Hamlet, you know, it's a very serious piece, but in this case, we had to tell the story in 15 minutes. And after that, we made another one, as in like, we had the 50 minutes, and then when it's done, we had Hamlet in 3 minutes. So we had to like squish it in even further. We did a lot of rehearsal, we did a lot of like tryouts, that kind of stuff. And at the end, we decided to go for an open, I don't know how to say that in English, like the sides where our costumes were. So you could see like all the costumes, you could see everything, and it was more of a vibe of like, you could like see the well, you know, people changing and getting like on, and like, so it was this whole, like, it was already like made to fail. But on the day itself, of course, the first time you're actually like performing it, things go wrong for real. But the lovely thing is people don't know, because people just assume everything that happens is part of is like, you know, because they've done this so many times, like nothing can go wrong, but things always go wrong every single time. And there was this one little monologue that I had after the 15 minutes. We did the 3 minutes, and then everything goes so fast, and that I go up like, and I'm the only one on stage, and I have to do that monologue, but like within 5 seconds. But I forgot it. And I was like, but this was like the most crucial, like it was in the middle of the 3 minutes as well. So I couldn't like stall anything. But like, because the first 50 minutes already went so well, I just stood there for like 5 seconds just thinking. That was, people found it very funny because I was just standing there. I was like, and then I remembered like all of a sudden, and I just said it like within like 2 seconds. I said the whole monologue and just ran off, and like it made this like piece like that like part even better. So that was really funny.
Amazing. Right, next question for you is, what's the biggest difference between you and your best friends?
Ooh, let's see. So what, multiple best friends or one best friend? You said?
Your best friend, one.
Okay. Let's see. He's he's called Marijn, and he's a very, very tech savvy person. I am just, you know, the average Joe in technology. So I know how to, like, you know, press buttons until things work, but he really knows everything about like computers and laptops, and he just opens up my laptop and just pulls something out and then just put some things in and then it works again. Like it's really amazing how he does coding as well, so he's proper into that. But yeah, I'm just looking at it and just like sitting there like just like you know, on the operating table with my laptop. So yeah, it's very very nice, very helpful as well.
When you have your best friends or your family watching you when you are acting, do you feel more nervous than usual?
Not really. So it's actually more of a way of like, it's more fun as well, because you know there are people in the audience that know you, and especially if it's like a comedy or anything like that, like, you know, they like your kind of humor and that kind of stuff. But I do sometimes get a bit nervous if I, for example, have like filmed something and I'm part of that scene and I'm gonna like watch it back, but then with my parents, or like I show them, because, you know, I don't really care about anyone's like opinion about my acting, or like their take on it, or like what they think about it. But my parents, of course, because I care about them, like their opinion means more to me. So, but yeah, I mean, it's like they're very supportive, and it's like nothing, like they're not gonna like say like, oh, this was shit or something like that. But like the other thing that they might say was like, oh, you could have done this like even better, but in a positive way, like, you know, you could have showed a little bit more for your like of yourself.
Absolutely, those comments they always come from a good place, so you know that they want just for you to improve and be better.
Yes, exactly.
Joran, 3 questions left for you. Okay, cool. Let's do it.
Yeah.
But before the next one, let's say you have the power right now. You're gonna do a scene, or you're gonna make like a short movie or movie that you can choose someone to be your dad, someone to be your mom, and someone to be your romantic partner, like around the world. You have this power, you have the budgets, you have all the support, you know, this big, massive worldwide company, they are with you. And who would you choose? And also, who would you choose to direct this movie or this scene or this event?
All right. Let's see. So do I also have to make the scene, as in what kind of scene it will be, or what kind of movie?
No, just you choose.
Just who is going to be, okay.
To play your dad, your mom, and your romantic partner.
So my father would be Robert Downey Jr.
I met him, actually. I met him.
You met him? Really?
Did. I was working. It's the Iron Man, isn't it? The one who plays Iron Man. I was working in a hotel a few years ago in London. And actually, so I went to the room, and I remember room 112, and he was there, and he asked for something. Was like I was doing room service or something, and actually I didn't recognize him straight away when I went to the room, because at the time we had different guests that they were coming quite often. So when I saw him, I kind of, I know who he was. I thought he was like a regular guest. But one point, when he was about to sign the bill, he dropped on the floor and he went down to pick it up. And I could see him like on his side. And I was like, oh my God, I can imagine I'm here with the Iron Man. Just literally just 2 of us in a bedroom. And I was like, oh my goodness. And he was quite short, like, you know, when you see those actors, you have an idea. But I was like, My goodness, this is the Iron Man just here, just both of us literally interact together in a bedroom. I couldn't believe. Anyway, carry
That's
on.
great. I really love Robert Downey Jr. I do. Let's see. For my mother, I think Eva Green. Let's see.
Oh yes, of course. I know. Yes, I know.
Lovely. Yeah,
Beautiful.
she's really good.
Beautiful mother.
Yeah. And as a partner, if I would not choose my girlfriend in this case, I would choose Emilia Clarke.
Ooh, another pretty one. And the director too.
Oh yes, I think I will be going this time for George Lucas.
Ooh, interesting. Very good. Next question for you is, which talent do you wish you had?
Oh, I wish I was able to play an instrument like really well, because I can't. I mean, I had a drum kit for like a little while, and I like, but it's like some rhythm things. But like, I would really like to like be able to play guitar really well, or trumpet, something like that.
Have you ever tried to play some instruments?
Well, I never had the instruments in. No, actually, no, I never had them. So it's like a few of my friends are very, very good at piano. We did some piano playing like at a school, but like because I've already had like, you know, a sport that I put a lot of effort in, I didn't really have any aspiration to go for something else.
Right. 2 questions left for you. Let's do it. All right, Joran, next question for you is, where do you want to be in 10 years time from now?
10 years time, I'll be 33. Let's see, place-wise, I'll probably still be in Britain, I think, yeah. Acting-wise, of course, I would like to have done my first main role as in acting film, preferably, of course, a big budget film, feature film, anything like that. I think, yeah, I would like to have like a lot more acting experience, a lot more names and like titles under my belt. Like, I think just literally what I'm now, but then more, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Working harder, more, like more things happening.
Yeah, just still doing martial arts, still doing film, still doing everything I love with the people I love.
Ready for the last one?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Next question. But before the last question, people watching the interview right now, would you like to start a career as an actor or acting career? What would be your best piece of advice?
Ooh. First of all, think of what you want to accomplish. As in, like, a lot of people think like going into acting, like, oh, I want to become famous and I want to like become successful right away. But it's a really, really like long-term thing. Like, it is literally a way of life. It's not like something that there are people that do, for example, like commercials, which are quite difficult to get, but if you have the right look, you can like roll into that, and like it could be very easy in a way, but mainly for the like 99%, it is quite a struggle. But if you just have a goal, have something that you also can work on the side. So like, I want to do martial arts as well, I want to do personal training, I've done that in the Netherlands, I want to like build it up here as well. So have something that keeps you like happy and sane, and just work on your skills, and just, you know, keep going, continue, and just have a look on the horizon instead of like just what's happening next week or something.
And as you mentioned about being a personal trainer, fitness always being in your life?
Yeah, I think, so before I did Kung Fu, I didn't like, I was just, you know, any other kid playing around with me and my friends. We like had sticks, I mean, like sword fights and kind of stuff. But after Kung Fu, I've just done that continuously, like, you know, mixed martial arts, like anything. When I came here, I didn't really have people to spar with, to train with, so I picked up like more like weights, which is also good because it's a whole different ball game. So to combine that, with martial arts has been very good. So yeah, it is also a part of me that makes me just happy and live life.
Amazing. Last question for you is, what is something that you always wanted to do, but you are scared of?
Always wanted to do, but I'm scared of. Oh, I don't know actually. Because all the things that I would like to do and I was like scared of, I'm like working towards. Like I could like say like, for example, like skydiving, but that's also something that I'm actually not really scared of, but really like looking forward to the day that I'm actually gonna do that. But like it's a scary thing. That certainly is. But yeah, I don't think there's anything that I actually want to do, but I'm not really doing.
All right. It's an answer.
Yeah.
Right. It's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking.
Okay.
So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game.
Money.
Pounds.
Family.
Love.
How about life?
Great.
One word for love.
Love. Love is love. But like, that's, yeah, okay. I guess so.
All right. How about sex?
Fun.
Politics.
Not interested.
Religion.
I wanted to say no thanks.
Okay. Fear.
Dark.
Friendship.
Many.
Desire.
Life.
Regret.
None.
One word for success.
Happiness.
Wish.
Luck.
And one word for happiness.
Sun, I wanted to say sun. Yeah,
Right.
I liked.
How about London? One word.
Big.
The Netherlands. One word.
Home.
How about martial arts? One word.
Amazing.
Personal trainer.
Ooh, difficult.
And the last one now, acting. One word.
A lot of very life again. Like it's very, very big spectrum in that case. Yeah.
Becomes a lot of information, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like, yeah. I don't know.
Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your lovely girlfriend for a coffee, yeah? And I'm going to ask her, what is the most beautiful thing about Joran? And what's something that he still needs to work on, to improve on? What she would say?
So what she would like about me is that I am very open in communication and emotional intelligence and all that. So we can talk about everything and I understand everything and I don't judge in that way. What I still need work on is sometimes I need to like push myself a little bit more in a way of not that I don't want to do it, not that I'm really scared about it, but like she is very outgoing and I'm sometimes more like, you know, I'm just sitting home and just doing nothing for a day is also fine, but I need to, you know, go out a bit more and do a bit more, that kind of stuff, and we, you know, help each other, and then she helps me go out and I help her relax.
That's why it works well. You kind of, both of you.
Yeah, we're quite opposite in ways, but similar enough to you know, work.
Absolutely. Right, let's play now. Joran and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. But right, before you ask me a question, actually, tell me what's your favorite Dutch word?
Oh. Okay, the first word that comes to mind is smeuig.
Which means?
juicy. But it's like, I don't know, it's such smeuig. I like it.
Amazing. Right, you can ask me a question now.
So I hope this doesn't, no one has asked you this before, but is there a stranger that you still remember to this day, and why do you remember them?
Stranger?
Yeah.
I'll tell you something now. I had 700 people on the show so far, and nobody asked me this question yet.
Oh,
good. Wow. You put me in the spot. I love being in the spot now. I'm going to have a moment to think. Oh, wow, a stranger. Okay. The first person that came to my mind now. You know, when you go to the gym, like to the same gym, like quite often, you see always people that, you know, they are busy with their workout, they are with headphones, you see personal trainers that they are doing some work, you know what I mean? You see them, but you just say hello, or you just kind of, you know what I mean, you smile, but you don't know their names, you don't know who they are. You just, you know, you see them almost every single day, but you don't know them very well.
Yeah.
One day, so I was living Canary Wharf at the time, a long time ago, and I went to this gym, and again, I could see many people there that I was seeing almost every day. And one day, I finished my workout, and I was about to get changed, and one of this personal trainer, he came to the change room. Yeah, so it was just me, myself, and he came as well. And again, I just kind of, you know, just like, oh, hi, just said hi. And he looked at me, and he literally looked at me, said to me, "You are a good person." And I was, you know, I literally, I was expecting something like that, and I don't know what to say. And he said, "I know, I've seen you a lot of times here. I don't even know your name, but I read people, and I can see that you are a good person. I can feel that you are a good person." And I was like, my goodness, I felt like, oh, wow, I didn't know what to say. I just said, "Thank you," but I didn't know. And he was like, "Okay, bye-bye." And he left. And for me, I was literally like, and he left this kind of impact, you know, in my life, because I still remember it was a stranger, and he said something so like genuinely, and I thought maybe he could be gay, but he was not gay, because, you know, if you're interested in someone, you know what I mean, you always maybe find a way to kind of approach, you know what I mean. But I know it's not gay. He's straight, because I could see him, you know, he's straight. But coming from someone that I've seen sometimes in the gym, and he just even said that, "Even don't know your name, but I can feel you, and I can see that you are a good person." And I'll never forget that, because it's like, wow, how can you know what I mean? And I could see that he was genuine. He just said, "Oh, I see people, I can feel people, and I feel that from you." And he literally just left. I said, "Okay, thank you," and he just left.
That's great. That's really good.
So yeah, my goodness, I haven't thought about that for a while now, and it just made me think about that. It's amazing. I love the question. I think I'm gonna put this question in the magic box actually now, Joran.
Oh, good. I like the answer as well. It was really nice.
Amazing. Did you like the interview?
Yes, definitely.
Thanks so much for taking the time and being so kind. Since when I approached you on social media, you're very kind and sweet regarding the interview. Thank you. But before you go, if you can share a positive message, something that you live by.
Do you want to know a quote that I had to at some point write for acting? And I think it applies to it applies mainly to acting, but like it's a way that also. Oh well, I have two actually. So a quote. Okay. I'll start with the one that I actually have for myself. I don't know who I said this to exactly. I think I said it to one of my parents. We were talking about like how me going to England and into acting in general, how it all went so like quickly, like so fast, but like it went quite easily in a way. So I went from theatre school and I wanted to acting in London, and I said to my teachers I want to go to London. They were more like held back and be like, okay, be a little bit realistic. It wasn't the nicest thing in the world. But then I went to a weekly course here, and I loved it, and I wanted to go here, and I arranged all that myself as well. But what I tend to do is I surround myself with people that share my same like way of living and that positiveness as well. and having that goal in mind of like where you want to go. I said this quote, and I said like, I go with the flow that I create myself. So it's like going quite easily through life in a way of like, of course you need, of course, basic things, but like create like situation, and in that way you can just freely move in between that very comfortably. And that is what I always try to do, like work with people that I like genuinely like and enjoy working with. And the acting one was more also about like knowing yourself a bit. So the more you know yourself, the better you can play someone else.
Oh.
So in that way, it's like, because if you know yourself, especially in acting, like, but the unconscious things as well, it's so much easier just to know the unconscious things of the person that you're playing, because there's always many layers that to a person. So the better you know yourself, like the better that other aspect as well, like the easier that gets.
Oh wow, I really like that actually, Joran. It makes so sense, because if you know really who you are and you know yourself, of course it's going to be easier for you to be somebody else in the acting world, because you feel more, okay, I can play different ways or different, you know what I mean? Amazing. I love the message. Wow, amazing. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to have you on the show, and you keep in touch. It was a pleasure. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Enjoy your day.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.